like God left the keys to the candy store to the devil.
Welcome back to my review of Grotesquerie. Today we're diving into episode 8 and 9. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to all my viewers who have subscribed to the channel and share their thoughts on Grotesquerie. Your theories have been really fascinating and I love reading through them. Keep them coming. Marshall talks to Red about getting a divorce from Lois. The thing that is interesting between the dialogue of those two is that Marshall seems sort of bad that he told Lois not to wake up. It felt like he had some sort of guilt, which I thought at first, until Marshall admitted that he didn't feel bad for it at all. Lois opened up about being in a coma for 6 weeks, describing how real it felt, how she felt stuck the entire time. She explains that everything that she struggles with in her life seems to manifest as characters of her own making during the dreamlike state. It's as though her emotional pain and unresolved issues transform into a harsh, almost tangible reality. This haunting experience left her graping with deep regret over some of the choices she made, decisions that seemed to haunt her even in this dream world. When Lois was finally discharged from the hospital, Maggie was the only person who showed up to take her home. But it wasn't out of sympathy or concern for Lois' well-being. Maggie didn't show up because she felt sorry for Lois. Instead, she was driven by her own unresolved feelings, holding on to a grudge that she just couldn't let go of. The rest of the family didn't seem to care about Lois or the strange subconscious dreams she had while in a coma. Maggie's presence felt more like an obligation or a reflection of her own bitterness rather than support for Lois. What stands out is that Grotesquerie, this dark, twisted reality Lois was trapped in during her coma, feels like something much deeper than just a figment of her imagination. It feels like a reality that no one can escape from, especially not Lois. It's almost as if the surreal world is a reflection of her inner turmoil, a place where she's forced to confront everything she's been avoiding. It raises the question, is Grotesquerie just a product of her fragile mental state, or is it something more real, something that has its own power and influence over her life? Lois' experience with the coma dream hits at her vulnerability and fractured sense of reality. It's almost as if she can't distinguish between the two, what's real and what's imagined anymore. That creates a disturbing parallel between her physical state and the emotional and psychological struggle she's been battling with. So I did some research about Grotesquerie and the subconscious, and here's what I found. You have darkness. The darkness of the subconscious is often linked to the physical darkness of the world before the intervention of the electric light. The two were directly connected. So for example, in episode 5 where Lois turned the channel and saw all these disasters on the television, that is some part of the darkness as the world was going to end in her subconscious mind. Spiritual blindness. The Grotesquerie can be used to break through spiritual blindness and awaken people to the fallen state of the world. Then you have distorted forms. The Grotesquerie can be used to describe real shapes and distorted forms. So for example, the crime scenes that Lois saw, those are distorted forms. The bottom line is, Grotesquerie was a reality that Lois didn't want to escape. When Lois had the conversation with Merritt, I knew Merritt was going to slap her for what her mother did. But I will say this, when Lois came back around and actually told her that Merritt was a pain in her ass, and then she smacked her, I didn't expect that. Moving on to Red, she wants Marshall gone. She is tired and wants space and quietness, and the look on Red's face seems she wants to go with Lois when she leaves. Maggie was in an abusive relationship that she was trying to hide from with her bruises, and towards the end, Lois ended Maggie's boyfriend. Let me know what you think about episode 8 and 9 of Grotesquerie. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Thank you for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until then, see you later.